Yo, what up guys, stay back with another review for the opinionated vapors. Today we're looking at the Smok OSub 40W. You do get the top cap with it, the head with it. You know, I do like the little design on it. You know, and I quite like the tip as well, the current one that I'm using. It does, I mean, I've got mine set at 35 watts. That's my chosen bit that I'm running this one at. Now, I unfortunately don't have the box to sort of show you that bit, but I do have some coils. I was given some spare coils, so I will show you what they look like first. You know, sort of before we take a look at it. Now, I'm using, you can see the box they come in for the coils. You do get, you know, the helmet gives you a choice of a 0.6, 0.4 and a 0.85, which you can see there. Current ones I've got, as you can see, by the little mark in here, is a 0.4. That's the one that I'm using in mine. The coils aren't bad sides themselves, you know. It's just solid at the bottom, as you can see there. You know, a decent little bit of size, and then you've got your cotton and stuff in the top bit there. You know, that's your coils you get with them. You know, there's not much you can expect, because you sort of can't adjust the airflow. I mean, it's easy enough to use. You know, just press down a bit like a childproof lock. You'll hear it sort of click, and then you get the ability to sort of screw it out. And you can sort of see on the top you've got, I think, is your airflow just here underneath the cap there. Obviously you can see the coil just screws into the lid itself, and obviously having this bit on the bottom, you can see where it's sort of, you know, being used. But not a bad little setup. As you can see, the liquid's in there, and you've got your juice line here. So you just pop your coil back in on the top, get in place. You'll see the juice start pushing up. Let's see, get this done here. So you can see as you push it in, the juice sort of just pushes up the side. You know, hence why it only has 2 mil of fill. And once you've got it back on, you can hear it. I don't know if you can quite hear that. It sort of just spins, just keeps clicking. You know, I think that's adjusting your airflow. I'm not 100% sure. It also has on it, you have your little charging under here. So you've got your button there, and you can see it's just magnetic. Button pops off. You've got your top button bit here, magnet down here, and then you've got your charging port there. You just get your standard, you know, micro USB charger there. The magnet, funny enough, is quite strong. You know, clicks in, then you just adjust it slightly. There's not really too much I can say about it. It's quite simple. You know, you've got your wattage here, down, and turn it up. You know, as I said, I'm running on 35. The batteries don't last a great amount of time on them. You know, it will ask you when you put your coil in if it's a new coil. This one obviously not. You know, and it's reading at, I'm not quite sure if you can get that, 0.44. And then it'll tell you your voltage as you press the button. It'll go back to 0. So it's currently saying 0.00 volts. As soon as I press it, it's coming 3.9. You know, 35 watts. So we'll have a bit of a vape on it. I have a HD 32 in it. It's sort of like a cheesecake flavour that I have in it, which I know quite well and I've thoroughly enjoyed. But we'll take a little, you know, sort of vape, a look at a few other things that's on it, and we'll give our opinion of what we think of it, and see whether it's worth buying. As you can see, you're getting a decent amount of vape production from it. I do think you get decent flavour from it. I was quite surprised at that myself. you know, I think they've done a good job with the coils. You do get a decent amount of flavour through it. You know, obviously given the size of it, you know, the batteries are not that strong. You know, sort of you want, if you're used to using sort of your higher end mods and you just want something for when you know, when you can't really use that, want something little, then it is a nice little mod. But I do find that, you know, that the battery just doesn't last that long. But we'll take a look at some more little bits. So 3 clicks and you get into the menu button. You can choose what mode to temp mode. Once it loads up, it takes a little while. So you just have 2 choices. If you can say temp, what. You know, I'm running it in water. I don't see much point in really running it in temp. But you can see there, it's given 315, yeah, degrees Celsius. You know, you can sort of adjust all the way through it when it goes up to 315, and then it goes into your Fahrenheit and open, sort of back through again, just continually goes round and round. But as I said, I prefer to run it in wattage mode. You know, just sheer fact of how small it is, I don't really see much point in sort of using either one, personally, just because I just run the standard what's on it. But you do also have some little vents on the bottom to keep the battery cool. But I don't know, I'm not fully sure what I want to make of this. I do think it's a nice little mod, but I sort of found that when I got it, I wanted it because I wanted to review it, and I wanted something small to, you know, to just have, just in case, you know, I couldn't really use one of my bigger mods, you know, such like me, you know, my Alien and my Limitlesses and stuff like that. But I found that it is a nice mod for the size of it and for what it does. Would I recommend it if you're only looking for something small, you know, that's not sort of pushing any limits? Then yeah, it is a nice mod, especially with getting three choices of coils, which you do. You know, it is one of them things that I do really like. But if you know, would I recommend it? Yes, to someone sort of looking on the low ends. Personally, do I get enough use out of it? No, I don't. It sort of just sits there and doesn't really do much. But as in the mod itself, I think it's a fantastic little bit, you know, of equipment, but not sort of one I'll use constantly. But if you are on the lower end, you know, sort of not running as many watts, then it's a great little device. You know, my mum sort of runs the lower ones, and she's running like a Target and stuff like that, and it's a great little one for her. She's tried it, and it's great for her. But as I say, you get plenty of flavour through it, and you get decent clouds. You know, so that on that level, you can't really complain. You know, for the price you're looking at for it, £50, brand new. Nah, I don't really think it's worth £50. But on the other hand, if you do pick up a used one, pick up some new coils, then yeah, it's definitely worth it, without a doubt. Not something I personally will use a lot. You know, as I've said, mine sort of just sits there because I've got other mods that I do use. But for someone not looking to, you know, vape on the high end of wattage and stay under 50, then yeah, it's very good and it's a nice little mod. So in that case, I would recommend higher ones, definitely not. But that's the Smok OSub 40W temp control. If you do want to see more reviews from myself, please, you know, sort of leave any comments of things you'd like to see. We will sort of leave a couple of links to where you can buy this. But keep on vaping.